Hello, everybody. Welcome to the ergonomics class. My name is Robert Pugh. I'm going to be your instructor, and you're going to see me doing a lot of this. What we'll do right now, share a screen and get started with PowerPoint here. All right, there we go. That's me. That is my email address. I don't think Carl has to be capitalized, but I don't think it matters. And my phone number. And that's kind of the way I think you should try to get in hold of me. If you want to get hold of me, email me. If it doesn't work, if you need something quicker, you can call me or text me, but be reasonable about it. Please don't bombard me with questions about stuff. But there's a problem. And sometimes early on in getting things started, there might be some issues or problems. So don't hesitate to contact me though. All right, the class is Ergonomics and Human Factors. Let me go get things going here. And that makes a lot of sense because ergonomics basically is human factors. Ergonomics has everything to do with people. The book's Occupational Ergonomics, a Practical Approach by Stack, Ostrom, and Wilhelmsen. And that's where I buy my books. I don't know where you buy yours, but no, I'm just kidding. I don't buy my books there. Maybe I should. Anyhow, this class is divided into 16 modules, one for each week of classes. Each module will be made available to students on Sunday at 8 o'clock in the morning and remain available until the following Sunday until 11:59 p.m. And this is the same schedule that Mrs. McConnell uses. So each module will be available to you for an entire week plus most of the next Sunday. So if you've already done some online courses with Mrs. McConnell, you'll be familiar with that schedule. Each module will have an instructor's comments section, which will briefly outline the module and provide any assignment type of thing. So be sure to read each of those. I think I said reach in there, but it's read. Each module will or could contain presentations, usually by me, narrating over a PowerPoint presentation that will be on the screen, videos from another source, possibly the book's author, assignments, including which chapters to read, and tests taken from anything presented during the module. Read the chapters assigned, do the work assigned, and you won't have any problem with this class. I'm not one of those instructors that brags about how many students I can fail. That's not our goal here. So you shouldn't have any problem if you do the work. What we're going to cover in this class, well, we're going to cover a lot of stuff. History and basics of ergonomics, anthropometry, office ergonomics, administrative controls, probably heard that term before, elements of an ergonomics program, biomechanics, vibration, manual materials handling, work-related musculoskeletal disorders, ergonomic assessments, ergonomics in the healthcare industry, among other things, levers and how they work in the human body, and a lot of stuff about the human body, because that's pretty much what ergonomics is all about, keeping the human body from getting injured. As you can see, we have a lot of material to cover, and most of it's probably new to you and not covered in any other class. Now, what's wrong with this picture? Well, if you turn one of those gears, you're going to have a problem because things don't work that way. So whoever come up with this great idea, the concept is okay, but the execution is poor. Okay, OSHA, what is it? The synonym OSHA applies to both of these things. The Occupational Safety and Health Act of 1970, establishing the Occupational Safety and Health Administration. Just to put things in perspective, I started working in the private sector after I got out of the Air Force in 1968. So I've been working as long as OSHA's been around. The government does this kind of thing to, like, for NASA, National Aeronautics and Space Act is what established the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, or NASA. So that's pretty common in government. So how does OSHA handle ergonomics? Well, they don't really. There aren't any specific regulations concerning ergonomics. They tried, and they actually published a final rule in 2000, but it didn't last long and didn't become enacted into law. But they can and will cite businesses under the General Duty Clause. And it states, and it's called either 5A1 or the General Duty Clause, either one of those is an accurate description of this. It says each employer shall furnish to each of his employees employment and a place of employment which are free from recognized hazards that are causing or are likely to cause death or serious physical harm to his employees. And each employer shall comply with the occupational safety and health standards promulgated under this act. So it says that the employers must provide a place free from recognized hazards that are causing or likely to cause death or serious physical harm, and they must comply with that whole standard. Now, there's also paragraph B of the standard, which I don't think too many people have realized, and I've never heard of being cited, because it states Section 5, Duties B. Each employee shall comply with occupational safety and health standards and all rules, regulations, and orders pursuant to this act, which are applicable. So whenever push comes to shove, an employee thinks they shouldn't have to obey the regulations, which are going to be the background for probably everything you do. There's the law that says, yeah, they have to. So if OSHA doesn't have an ergonomic standard, why should we worry about it, right? Well, you only need to know about ergonomics if your organization has people in it, and then if these people either move or don't move, because don't moving could be an ergonomic problem too. So what's the definition of proactive? It means acting in anticipation of future problems, needs, or I can't see that word because I'm a picture in the way, changes, okay? Reactive means occurring as a result of stress or emotional upset or after the fact. So basically, proactive is you do something before something happens, and reactive, you do something after it happens. So you react to it. Which is best of these regarding safety? Well, that's pretty obvious, right? Proactive. In safety, we always try to do things before somebody gets hurt. That's our goal. I'm going to leave you with these words of wisdom. Okay, it's based on Murphy's Law, which is kind of at the top of this thing. And it says, if something can go wrong, it will. And like most laws, there's a lot of correlations to them. And these are the correlations to Murphy's Law. Nothing is as easy as it looks. Everything takes longer than you think. If there is a possibility of several things going wrong, the one that will cause the most damage will be the one that goes wrong. If you perceive that there are 4 possible ways in which a procedure can go wrong and circumvent these, then a 5th way will promptly develop. Left to themselves, things tend to go from bad to worse. Whenever you set out to do something, something else must be done first. Every solution breeds new problems. It is impossible to make anything foolproof because fools are so ingenious, and nature always sides with the hidden flaw. So based on that, I'm going to sign off. You'll hear my voice and see my face a lot during this course. That's it.